Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. We're on our Gold Road excursion where we're doing all of our Gold Road builds. And the next up by popular request is the Templar. Because, I had a few people ask, oh, what'd you do for your Templar? What'd you do with Templar? And once I told some of my friends what I did with my Templar, they're like, that's never going, that's not. It works. It works. Oh my gosh. It's a no jabbing Templar. Yeah. And it's like you might be thinking, no, you got to use the jabs. You got to use that. Well, you know what? You might get more out of it if you use a jabs. If you got a jab setup, of course, just like if you use a 2-bar setup, you're going to do more of this. But we took our same formula, that same formula that we've been doing by having an explosion, by having a magical soul, by having a AoE, having a heal, having a flare, and having an ulti, and we applied it to the Templar. Don't worry, I'll go slower through those. And we've come up with the build for the Templar. So this is the Templar version. My guy's called the Dadplar on this. So so he might not be as good as what we see with the dots, with the specialty dots of the Dragon Knight, or Frostagon's prowess with all the frost stuff, or even the lightning stuff, because now we're getting away from, we get to kind of choose our own adventure with our, what staffs and what gear and whatever, and we just got to find something that works. So let me preface this that there are a lot of options out there of what you could do with this. But again, the basic formula that we have with this kind of works. And I actually went through some gear changes in there. I was using Deadly, I was using War Maiden, I was using, a bunch of different things. And what kind of helped me out the best, and I kind of used Veteran Maelstrom Arena to be my litmus test for this. And what I came up with that gave me a little bit more extra power, and a little bit, just kind of more oomph in it, was picking the Pillar of Nirn. Because we've talked about that Pillar of Nirn before, that you have this, this exploding bleed damage in a little area of effect. That's so very helpful, because that gives us another dot that I actually don't have to cast. And using our depths. I was talking to my friend Iffy again about it, and I'm like, would it be weird if we did depths and Pillar? He's like, I don't know, why not? So again, this is kind of like an experimental kind of build. It's definitely outside of the box. And so a lot of fun. So let me kind of just give you the rundown now that I kind of give you the premise of what, we're doing here. We've got the same thing, our Slimecraw. I picked Heavy in this to give us our diversity of our, Undaunted ability, stuff there. You match that with your Oakensoul, of course, and Bloodthirsty. We are going with our Pillar of Nirn. I've got that Pillar of Nirn on all the body pieces because they're medium. All right, all in Divines. And if you're unfamiliar with Pillar of Nirn, I kind of went through it fast. When you deal damage, you create a fissure underneath the enemy for 1 second, dealing bleed damage to all enemies in 2.5 meters, and causing them to bleed for additional 12k bleed damage over 10 seconds. This effect can occur once every 10 seconds. Scales off of your spell damage. All right, we're all Magicka, of course, again. So we did that, and then we've put together with that our Whirl of the Depths, which if you've watched our Frostagon build, you know this very well. That when you deal a light attack, you do a Whirl of the Depths of the target, doing 5,000 frost damage over 8 seconds. When this ends, a 5-meter whirlpool is granted underneath the target that deals frost damage within here. Yeah, the great thing about this, about doing the Templars, is that they don't really have an affinity to one type of like fire or frost or lightning damage or anything like that. So we can kind of, like I said, choose your own adventure a little bit with this and see what kind of works. So this is very much a building build where you can have, like I said, I started out, I was all set to make this video with Deadly Strike, which does gives bonuses to your dot damage, and War Maiden, which gives, because we got some magic damage skills, which gives you like 600 plus to magic damage. That was my pairing. So there's a lot of different things you can pair with this, so you can kind of use what you got, and then put together whatever you want to come up with, whatever you got available to you. Because like I said, it's kind of an open door on this. So we're in precise and weapon enchantment. All the jewelries and bloodthirsty and the spell damage, weapon damage. So we've got that. You can see the foods. I'm still using the same foods. Big thing about this build is I wanted it to be like all the other ones, so that it's the exact same play style. So we're using our skulls, Witch Mother's Brew if you don't got it, Tristat pots in there. That's what we're using for that. We have everything to Magicka. We of course are using. Let's see. Our spell damage has 4,700, more than enough. Our spell crit, anything over 50 is absolutely fantastic. We've got all our stuff in here. I've got the Boon of the Thief again. All that stuff, just like we had on the last 3 builds. They're all going to be the same gameplay. We're using a magical explosion on this. I might actually put... I haven't gotten it yet for this character. I might actually put the fire focus script on this one and turn into a fire damage and fire damage over time thing. I haven't thought about whether I'm going to do that or not. We'll see if I get the script. I haven't gotten it yet on this character, so might change that to that. So if you've got that already, you want to experiment with that, go for it. We've got our magical soul. Here again, our single target damage over time. That gives us our major breach. We got our off balance for our magical explosion. Our champion points are all gonna be the same. Just like our other builds. And then we need an AOE, and our strongest AOE, of course, for the Templar is Blazing Spear. Sending your spear up into the heavens and doing all the Magicka damage, mobilizing targets. Just absolutely fantastic. And it's good for, there's a synergy there with, other people in your group. So really good. I picked a heal, Honor the Dead in here. You might have a better heal. You might want to go with, if you can balance the stamina costs, go with like the Vigor or something like that. I like the Honor Dead, because it keeps everything within magic. The only thing with it is a little costly because it's like over 4K. So you gotta be a little bit careful of that. So I might explore some other avenues, within that. So, and then we've got our Flare is back, giving our 10% reduction of damage. It's just so good. And then I went around with different things. You can kind of see with, where is it? It was Dawn's Wrath. I was originally doing the Solar Disturbance for my ulti. I was thinking of doing the Mage's Guild, but if you see, I'm at level 2 on this character. You can tell I don't play my Templar as much as the other characters in there, so I had no way of getting that in there. And I said, you know what? Let's go with the weapon, the Destro, the Fiery Rage. I really kind of like that one. Also, I can precast it. That's also kind of a nice thing. You don't have to have an enemy selected to be able to cast it. So that's always kind of, especially like I was doing it in VMA and stuff, I can precast a lot of the stuff. So again, very similar setups to what we had with our other 3 builds and everything, but just with that Templar Flare. To a Solar Flare. I'll get out. I'll leave. So that's what we got with that. What else am I missing with this? Our CP. Let's go our CP. Like I said, CP is going to be exactly the same. Wrathful Strikes, Fighting Finesse, Weapons Expert, and Exploiter. There might be other things out there. Like I said, my good friend Iffy was trying to be very helpful and trying to give you some other options within that. I want to keep them the same, just so that we have, like I said, we've got a nice cookie cutter build format set up for all of the builds to see if it can work, which it seems to be doing. And B, just to have it the same play style. You know exactly what's going off. You're working off of Exploiter. You're working off of all these other CP. Again, if you like other CP that would work better, especially with whatever gear that you choose, go for it. Go for it. I think of all my other builds so far, this is definitely the one that you can be the most creative with in there. So it's a lot of good stuff. And everything the same on the red tree as well. So very, very fun. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else that I missed on it? No, we went over food. I do the Khajiit because of, I love my Khajiit, but you can pick whatever race that you want with that. We talked about our food. We talked about all that stuff. I think that's pretty much it. You're kind of seeing a pattern now with this being our fourth Gold Road build in here. So, a lot of fun. Like I said, I've never really found a Templar that I liked. And like I said, I'm not a big fan of Jebs, mostly because I played a Nightblade forever, and having a range attack that also heals was much more comfortable than having to be something in melee, and you really have to kind of go the stamina route, and I like the Magicka. I'm giving all these excuses, aren't I? It's terrible. So yeah, Templar has been the lowest on my list, just to kind of get the air out there and all that, but so to be so truthful in it and everything. So if I can find joy in this build, I think someone who is a Templar person, would like this build as well, or at least give it a try and put it in your armory as an option. Because again, if you're kind of following the pattern of what I'm giving you for Gold Road, again, this plays exactly the same way as it does with my other builds that we've been doing. And so I'm still doing the same thing where I'm starting off with the explosion, putting that down. I then do my spear, I then do my soul, and then I do my heavy, and I do my ultimate, and then I do my heavy attacks. And it's fantastic. Really love it. Yeah, really love it. And look at that. Then it procs all the water damage, from depths, and we get the procs off of our bleed damage for pillar. So we're really talking about 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bar damage, dot damage, and then 2 getting procced through our gear. So what is that? 6. Yeah. So we've got 6 forms of dot damage. So it's in a way just kind of relaxing, that you're going along, doing, singing your song, and taking care of business, doing this, boom, getting all my stuff going, and then just starting your heavies and just having some fun. Yeah, and then just re-upping all the dots when it happens. There goes the water pool. There goes the rocks. Love it. Recast all that stuff. And it's a lot of fun. So there we go. Yeah. Awesome. Well, here, we'll end out here underneath the bandstand and the lights. Ooh, and the moons. So there we go. So I hope you enjoy it. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support and everything. I really was flabbergasted by the Shakagon. You all really stunned me with a Shakagon. And it was one of those things that I kind of made it a little bit quicker of a video than I usually would do. And, you know me, I don't edit in here. I just don't have time with my schedule. And I think it's about to hit 2,000 views. And for me, that's a lot. So, and so many good comments and so many good questions and so many things. So like I said, I don't think anybody's doing this. Anyway, I don't see anybody doing this kind of setup and any of this stuff. Like I said, maybe there's a good reason for it. Everything, but I'm having a blast, and I really like that I can. I'm excited to play every class now because they all play the same, and they've got all these, just enough, differences to keep them interesting. So So yeah, so I'm really, you know, very pleased about it. So again, thank you for so much support. Y'all are awesome. Let's keep it rocking. And I think last time I said I was going to do Barkiness, but this got so many people wanted me to show off the Templar. So the next week, I swear, it's gonna be Barkiness. It's gonna be the Barkiness. So my 1-bar Arcanist. So all right, everybody, thank you so much for watching and listening. I really enjoy spending time with you. I hope you feel the same. So all right, take care, everybody. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.